Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time you are watching this. I hope all is well. We have a busy week for you this week, and I'm sure those of you that eventually come on and see this, if you leave comments, clearly I'm not in the office today. As you can see, I'm down in Arizona, and the weather, that's actually snow on the mountains that you see right there. It's a little cloudy, a little brisk this morning, but it's that time. It's time for your HMG Weekly Wrap Up. Here's what we got going on this week with the show, so stay with me because we're going to burn through this. It's going to be a quick one today, folks, because we have a special birthday. So I want to give a shout out to my son Christopher, who is turning 18 today. So we have to finish getting ready for this afternoon's festivities. But I want to make sure that I give you what you guys come for here each and every week, and that is a recap of what the shows have done this week. So let's get started. Here we go. Starting it off, we have this week, we got Not Your Average Operator. This week they're talking about professionalism. The boys get together and around the campfire, they talk professionalism, what it means to them. They emphasize the importance of owning your mistakes and showing gratitude as a way to turn problems into opportunity, and so much more. That's this week's Not Your Average Operator. Make sure you check that out. Oh, there we go. Next up, we have, again, one of our newest shows, Carry On, the Carry On podcast. The topic this week, removing Confederate names from military installations. This one here is very eye-opening, I thought, and I hope I'm not going to lose my screen here. There we go. So this week, Lindsay speaks with special guest Denise Rucker-Kremp, who served as the chief counsel of the U.S. Maritime Administration. They discussed Denise's very, very public dismissal from MARAD in 2012, and due to her request for an investigation into a sexual assault at the Merchant Marine Academy at that time. Excuse me. They also talk about the continued advocacy work that she fights for victims of sexual assault in all facets of society, work, and a locally elected official in D.C. And Denise is also, she's also the leading advocate for the removal of Confederate names on military installations. Amazing, amazing show. So make sure you check that out. That is this week's The Carry On podcast. Next up, we have Get in the Flow. Topic this week is Signature Solutions. Kaylin's going to talk about what is Signature Solutions and how you can implement them more effectively to market your business. Next up, we have, what do we have next? The Arms Room. Arms Room show this week's every Monday. They do a live. They do a Facebook Live every Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. This week they had Amy Robbins from Alexo Athletica talking with us about solutions for concealed carry and the concealed carry lifestyle for women. So all you women out there that are looking to potentially, carry concealed, whatnot, this would be a great show to check out this week. Ryan, Ryan, I don't know if you saw earlier. Obviously, I'm not in my studio, home studio. I'm traveling, so time zone, man. Sometimes I forget that I'm in a different time zone. Appreciate you being here, bro. Thanks for the comment. Next up, we got the Military Millionaire podcast. David's talking about how to scale a virtual wholesaling business to 50-plus deals in your first year. If you guys are looking to make money Those of you especially that are active duty, David's still active duty in the United States Marine Corps, and it gives a lot of financial advice, which is absolutely amazing. So make sure you check that out. Ryan, yep, Tucson, buddy, Tucson. I'm in this here that you see right here, that's the mountain range, and it's covered in snow in Arizona. Came to Arizona, had shorts packed. I'm thinking the weather's going to be nice, and we got snow. Can't believe it. All right, let me see here. All right, next up we got On the Blue Line podcast with our buddy Wayne. Wayne does a Monday morning roll call. So every Monday morning, make sure you get the roll call from On the Blue Line podcast. And then he's got a segment on Thursdays called The Interview Room. And this week is Compassion, Legacy, and Changing the World with special guest Lieutenant Randy Sutton. So make sure you check that out. That is this week's On the Blue Line podcast. Let me see here. Next up we have, let's see here. Let me read comments here. That's why I knew I've hiked those mountains. Yeah, they're fun too, Ryan. All right, listen, we're going to keep going here. Next up, we have For the Sake of the Child with our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition. This week's topic, special education and military families partners in promise. This is part one. This is going to be a two-part series. This week is part one. This week they have Michelle Norman. She is the founder and executive director, and they also have Jennifer Barnhill, Chief Operating Officer of Partners in Promise. They talk about special education and military families issues, paper, and a way. They're with Partners in Promise, and they talk about the special education and military families issue, paper, the way forward. In protecting the rights of military children in special education. So, again, those of you that, if you're currently active duty or even veterans and you're not following the Military Child Education Coalition, this is a nonprofit organization. They have a slew of resources for our military families. So make sure you check that out. That's this week's For the Sake of the Child. All right, let me see here. What else we got? Next up, we got Time to Shine Today with our buddy Scott Ferguson, a.k.a. Fergie. He's doing 3 shows this week. Popped them off. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go over these real quick. Some of the episodes this week include guest Julian Haynes II, who is an author, an advisor, a concierge health coach, and the host of Optimal Health for Busy Entrepreneurs. His advisory firm's mission is to help entrepreneurs and the elite become superhuman in life, in business, without all the guesswork. So that's definitely one you want to check out. I'm getting tired of holding my phone here. Excuse me. Next up, we have same show. One of the other ones that interviews happened this week. On Time to Shine Today was with Daniel Ramsey, who's the CEO founder of My Outdesk, the highest rated virtual staffing company in the marketplace, with over 500 5-star reviews and over 13 years of experience. So make sure you check that out. Anybody that's looking for virtual staffing, you want to give Daniel a call, and that is My Outdesk. So check that out. Also, this week he had Lori. I'm going to butcher her name. Forgive me, Lori. Lori Minari. She's a motivational coach who specializes in empowering women during and after their healing journey. A lot of women lose their purpose after a crisis and their fear of moving forward, leaving them paralyzed. So Lori guides them to a higher purpose on many levels. She is a tumor expert, a motivational coach, And more importantly, she's a breast cancer warrior. Lori has that understanding of what, with everything that she's been through. So she's got a track record of helping women move forward. Let me see here. What do we got here? Travis, yeah, man. Yeah, Arizona is, I took it for granted when I lived here. Some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises here. And just break. We got a couple more shows to do here for the week, but I'm just surrounded by mountains right here. All of it's mountains. Absolutely, it's breathtaking down here. It really is. All right, all right, one more. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. Last, certainly not least, we got the Power of Investing in People podcast. This week, Kevin White, from being a pastor to becoming a published author, entrepreneur, and the founder of a nonprofit, Kevin White started With Love from Jesus Ministries because he understood that he wanted to eat and feed his family. He had to feed others as well. Awesome. And Shay's got, she always picks the favorite saying that the guest did for the week. And Shay's favorite thing that Kevin said this week was, there are 3 parts to life: setting God free, setting others free, and setting yourself free. So it's absolutely amazing for this week's shows. That's it that we have for the shows this week. I want to give a couple of shout outs real quick. So I want to give a huge thank you to Short Mountain Distillery over there in Tennessee. Last week, you guys know that I was out in Tennessee and got to see a lot of veterans over there. Andrew Malachias from Warriors Garden and several others. And we just had a blast last week in Nashville. Fun time. I could see us going out there some more. I visited Short Mountain Distillery for HMG Beverage, which is our sister company. More to come with that, so stay tuned with that. And now I'm down here. Son's birthday. It's birthday weekend down here at the Nest here in Tucson in the old Pueblo. And like I said, as you guys can see a little bit better now, you see the mountains. That's all snow on the mountains there. So I appreciate all of you being here. Special shout out to our sponsors, My Tax Fella, Simper Savage, Green Zone Hero, Heroes Garden, HMG Beverage. Shout out to you guys, Travis and Ryan, for being on this. And thank you for being patient with me today since I'm in a different time zone and I didn't do it when I normally did it today. So thank you all very much. But that's it for this week's HMG Wrap Up. I got to get going because I got a party to get ready for later today. So have yourselves a great weekend. Stay tuned for next week. I'll be back in the saddle, ready to rock and roll. I love you all. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.